30 seconds ago, this song did not exist. I typed one sentence into a box, just one line describing a feeling, and 30 seconds later, a full track came back. A verse, a chorus, a real singing voice, drums, bass, the whole thing, mixed and mastered like it walked out of a studio. Nobody played a note, nobody sang, there was no band, no microphone, no producer, no studio. One sentence, half a minute, done, and here is the part that should stop you cold. A song built exactly this way, same tool, same 30 seconds, is sitting on Spotify right now, quietly collecting streams and paying its owner every single month. You have probably already heard one of these and had no idea a human never touched an instrument. I am going to show you the exact tool that made the money won. But it is the last thing I show you tonight, because if I hand it to you first, none of the 6 steps before it will make sense, and you will use it wrong and get nothing. So stay with me, because I am going to walk you up a ladder, from mildly clever to genuinely unsettling, and it flips hard around step 4. By the end you will understand not just how a machine writes a song, but how a person with no talent, no name, and no face is turning that into real income while everyone else argues about whether it counts as music. Let me start with what actually changed, because a year ago none of this worked. 2 years ago, AI music sounded like a broken toy, robot voices, melodies that wandered off and never came back. You could tell in 1 second it was fake. In 2026 that tell is gone. The models trained on how songs are actually built, the tension and release, the way a chorus lifts, the way a voice cracks on the right word, and now the fake is good enough that your ear stops arguing. That is the whole story. The quality crossed a line, and once it did, everything downstream became possible. Let me make that concrete, because it is easy to nod along and not really feel it. A year ago I ran a little test on a friend who plays guitar. I played him 2 versions of the same short song, one made by a session musician I paid, one generated by a machine in under a minute, and I asked him to tell me which was the human. He listened twice, he picked wrong. And when I told him, he got quiet, the specific kind of quiet a person gets when a thing they spent 15 years learning just got done in front of them for free. That moment is the whole video. Hold that feeling, because every step from here makes it bigger. Step 1, the lyric engine. This is the gentle one, the on-ramp. You give it a subject, a mood, a couple of words about your life, and it writes you a full set of lyrics. Verse, pre-chorus, chorus, bridge, the real structure. Not greeting card nonsense either. You can tell it to write like a specific era, a specific style of storytelling, sad but hopeful, angry but controlled, and it holds that tone for the whole song. Here is exactly what that looks like. You type something as small as, a song about leaving your hometown at 20 and missing it at 30, and back comes a verse that sets the scene, a pre-chorus that builds the ache, and a chorus you could actually shout in a car. It rhymes where it should, and breaks the rhyme where breaking it hits harder. It knows that a chorus repeats and a bridge turns. Handy, sure, but lyrics on a page are just a poem. A poem does not stream, a poem does not pay. So watch what the next step does to it. Step 2. The melody and instrumental engine. You hand it those lyrics, or just a vibe, and it builds the music underneath. The chord progression, the drum pattern, the bass line, the little instrumental hooks that stick in your head. And here is the quiet trick most people miss. You can describe the instrumental in plain words. Say warm acoustic guitar, slow, late night, a little rain in the background, and it builds exactly that. Say hard trap drums, dark synth, aggressive, and it flips to that in seconds. It is not picking from a library of loops. It is composing something new for your words specifically. And there is a second lever almost nobody uses. You can feed it a reference. Point at the feeling of a track you love, describe its energy, its tempo, the mood it lives in, and the engine builds something in that same neighborhood without copying it. So the vague idea in your head, the one you could never explain to a real band without sounding stupid, you can finally just describe out loud and hear it exist. But we still have a problem. We have words, and we have music, and they are not joined yet. Nobody is singing. And singing is the part everybody swore a machine could never fake. That is step 3, and step 3 is where jaws start to drop. Step 3, the full song engine. This is the 30-second one from the very start. You type one sentence, or you paste your lyrics, you pick a style, and it does all of it at once. It writes the melody, it plays every instrument, and it generates a human singing voice that actually performs the song. Breath, phrasing, emotion, the voice leaning into the big line of the chorus. 2 versions come back so you can pick your favorite, and the whole thing takes less time than it took me to say this sentence. Read that back in your head. A complete, finished, mastered song. In under a minute, from one line of text. That used to cost thousands of dollars and weeks of studio time, and now it costs nothing and 30 seconds. Let me walk you through what that actually feels like the first time, because it is a small shock. You open a plain box, you type your one line. You tap a couple of buttons for style and mood. Then there is this odd pause, maybe 20 seconds, where a loading bar crawls and you honestly forget what you were waiting for. And then it plays. And the first thing that hits you is not the melody. It is the voice taking a breath before the first word, like a real singer stepping up to a mic. Your brain flinches because it knows that breath That breath is the tell that used to prove a human was there, and now the machine does it on purpose because it learnt that the breath is what makes you believe. And that is the tool that scares the music industry. But it is not even the one that makes the money. Keep going. And right here is where most people hit a wall in their head and stop, so let me knock it down before it stops you too. The first thing everyone asks is, wait, is this even allowed? Is this legal? Do I actually own a song a machine wrote? Fair question. Here is the short, honest answer. When you generate a song with these tools and you are on a paid plan, most of them give you the commercial rights to what comes out, meaning you can put it up, monetize it, and keep the money. The machine made it, but you directed it, and the license hands it to you. The catch, and there is always a catch, is that you cannot tell it to clone a famous singer or rip off a specific hit and expect to keep that. That is where people get in trouble. Stay in your own lane, your own words, your own generated voices, and the ground under you is solid. I will come back to why that lane rule is actually the secret to the money, not the obstacle. Hold that thought. Now, before we climb higher, remember what I said at the very top, that a song made this way is quietly earning on Spotify right now. Hold on to that, because in a minute I am going to show you the exact mechanism, and it is simpler and stranger than you are imagining. But first, step 4, because step 4 is where this stops being a toy and starts being personal. Step 4. The voice clone singer. Up to now, the voice singing your song was a stranger, a generated voice that belongs to no one. Step 4 changes that. You record yourself talking for about 1 minute, just reading anything, and the model learns your voice. Then it makes your voice sing, perfectly in tune. Hitting notes you physically cannot hit. Holding a note longer than your lungs ever could. Think about what that means for a second. If you have wanted to sing your whole life and your voice just would not cooperate, that wall is gone. The instrument was never your talent, it was your throat. And the machine just replaced your throat with a version that never goes flat, never runs out of breath, and never gets nervous. And if it can make your voice sing anything, you can probably already feel where the next step is heading. It gets stranger. Step 5. The style transfer engine. Take any song, yours or an instrumental you like, and transform it into a completely different genre. Turn a soft piano ballad into a stadium rock anthem. Turn a rap beat into an orchestral film score. Same melody, same bones, wrapped in an entirely new sound, and it goes further. It can split a finished song back into its separate parts. The vocals alone, the drums alone, the bass alone. Musicians used to pay for that, or spend hours failing at it, and now it is one click. Which means you can grab the vocal off one idea, the drums off another, the mood off a third, and stitch a new thing that never existed. You are not making a song anymore, you are conducting an orchestra of machines that each do one job perfectly, and you never learned a single instrument. Step 6. The mastering engine. This is the invisible one, the reason the fake stopped sounding fake. When you record something at home, it sounds thin, small, like it is trapped in a phone. Mastering is the final polish that makes a track sound loud, wide, and expensive, the difference between a demo and a song on the radio. It used to be a dark art you paid a specialist hundreds of dollars to perform. Now you upload your track, and in seconds it comes back louder, cleaner, balanced, sitting at the exact loudness the streaming platforms want. So now you have the full chain: lyrics, music, a singing voice, your own voice singing, any genre you want, split into parts, polished to radio quality. Every step that used to need a different expensive human, replaced. Which brings us, finally, to the one I promised you at the very start. The one that makes money. Step 7. The Faceless Artist. Here is what is actually happening out there right now, and it is happening quietly on purpose. A person, one person, with no musical training, no name anyone knows, and no face on camera, sits down and generates songs. Not one, dozens, a whole catalogue in a weekend. They pick a lane, a very specific mood people play on repeat, without paying attention. Lo-fi beats for studying, calm piano for sleeping, ambient sound for focus, gentle acoustic for a coffee shop. The kind of music people put on and forget is even there. Then they use a distributor, a simple service that uploads any track to Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, all of them at once, for a tiny yearly fee. And they put those AI songs up under an invented artist name, and then the streams start. A little at first, but this music does not need a fan. Nobody is buying a ticket, nobody is following the artist. The songs get pulled into playlists, the endless background playlists that millions of people leave running for 8 hours while they work or sleep. And every single play, in the background, unnoticed, pays a fraction of a cent. A fraction of a cent sounds like nothing, so let me actually run the numbers with you, because the number is the whole point. Say one stream pays roughly 1/3 of a cent. Ignore for a second the songs that flop, and picture one calm track that lands on a few sleep playlists and gets, say, 1,000 plays a day. That is around $3 a day from one song. Boring. Now stack 100 of those, a full weekend catalogue, and you are looking at a few $100s a month landing on autopilot. Now here is the part that bends your head. The catalogue does not shrink. Songs do not expire. The tracks you upload this weekend are still there next year, still catching plays, still paying, while you sleep, while you work a normal job, while you make the next 100, it only ever grows. That is why the lane rule I mentioned matters. The boring, forgettable, no lyrics background music, the stuff nobody would ever buy, is exactly the stuff that gets left running for 8 hours straight. The least glamorous music is the most profitable because attention was never the goal, duration was. And it lands whether the owner is awake, asleep, or on a beach. The songs are working the night shift, forever. Now remember step 4, the voice clone, the one where the machine sang in your own voice. Here is why that was the real clue, the one I told you to hold. The faceless artist does not even need to exist as a person. The voice is generated, the name is invented, the face is never shown. There is nothing to burn out, nothing to get stage fright, nothing that ages or quits or asks for a bigger cut. It is not a musician who found a shortcut. It is a different kind of thing entirely, a catalogue that grows while its owner sleeps, sung by voices that belong to no one, earning in the background of a million strangers' lives. So here is the uncomfortable question. For 100 years, making music that reached people meant talent, a band, gear, a studio, a label, luck, and years of grinding. All of that was the wall, and the wall is just gone. One person, one laptop, one weekend can now produce more finished, streamable music than an entire record label could in the 1980s. That is the shift almost nobody is ready for. And the people who set this up first, right now, while it still feels weird and early, are quietly building catalogs that will pay them for years, while everyone else is still stuck arguing about whether a machine is allowed to make art. Let me say the honest part, because I am not going to sell you a fantasy. This is not free money, and it is not instant. The streams are tiny per play. It takes volume, it takes patience, and it takes taste, because the machine can make 1,000 songs but it cannot tell you which one people will actually leave running. That judgment is still yours. That is the one job that did not get automated. The machine is the band, you are the ear. And a good ear plus these tools beats a great voice with none of them. So how do you actually start, tonight, without drowning? You do not touch all 7, you pick one. If you have ever wanted to hear a song about your own life, go use the full song engine, the step 3 one, type one sentence, and listen to what comes back in 30 seconds. If you cannot sing but always wished you could, go clone your voice and hear yourself hit a note you have never hit. Just do one. Because the moment you hear a finished song come out of one sentence you typed, something in your head permanently rewires, and you stop seeing music as